On the vast plains of Africa, survival is never guaranteed. Here, two of the continent's most iconic predators share the same unforgiving wilderness, but they could not be more different. The lion is the powerful ruler of the savanna, relying on strength, teamwork, and overwhelming force. The cheetah, the fastest land animal on Earth, survives through speed, precision, and the element of surprise. But when their territories overlap, competition is inevitable. A cheetah may spend hours stalking a single target, only to find its hard-earned meal threatened by a pride of lions. For the lion, the cheetah is more than just another predator. It is a rival competing for the same prey and valuable hunting grounds. Yet this battle is not simply about strength versus speed. It is a struggle over territory, food, and survival. This is the story of an ancient rivalry on the African plains, where the lion's power meets the cheetah's speed, and every encounter can mean the difference between life and death. Across the vast grasslands of Africa, survival does not always depend on brute strength. Some species rely on powerful fangs and claws, while others depend on speed, agility, or sheer physical strength. But for impalas, their greatest weapon is something far more subtle: lightning-fast reflexes. They lack massive horns, thick hides, or the strength to fight off a determined predator. Instead, their best chance of survival is to remain constantly alert. Every step across the grassland demands caution. Even while grazing, their ears are constantly turning, scanning in every direction for the slightest warning. At the water's edge, impalas remain equally vigilant. A faint rustle in the grass or an unfamiliar sound can be enough to alert the entire herd. For them, survival begins with detecting danger before the predator gets close. Impalas typically live in herds, and there is safety in numbers. While one animal lowers its head to feed, another keeps watch. Dozens of eyes can scan the surrounding grassland at once. If even a single impala detects danger, the entire herd can react within moments. A peaceful group grazing across the savanna can suddenly erupt into motion like a wave. There is no time to think. One head rises. A pair of ears suddenly points toward the threat. Then, almost instantly, the entire herd begins to run. Their high, rapid leaps make their movements difficult to predict. When pursued, impalas can suddenly change direction, break away from the herd, and leap repeatedly, forcing the predator to choose a target amid the chaos. What may look like random panic is actually a highly effective survival strategy. Every leap can disrupt the predator's line of attack. Every sudden change of direction creates another chance to escape. If the predator hesitates for even a moment, the impala's chances of survival increase. But on the African savanna, not every predator can be so easily left behind. Hidden among the low grass, a slender body lies perfectly still. It is not as powerful as a lion, nor as relentless as a hyena. But it possesses one extraordinary weapon: speed. The cheetah appears almost silently, its body held low to the ground. Its golden coat, marked with distinctive black spots, allows it to blend seamlessly into the dry grass and shifting shadows. It does not rush forward immediately. The cheetah knows that a chase launched at the wrong moment can drain its energy before the hunt is over. It is not as powerful as a lion, nor does it possess the strength to drag prey into trees like a leopard. The cheetah is built for open spaces, short bursts of incredible speed, and explosive pursuits that last only a matter of seconds. Its lightweight body, long legs, deep chest, flexible spine, and long balancing tail allow it to change direction at remarkable speeds. Every part of its anatomy serves a single purpose: to accelerate rapidly and cover ground in the shortest possible time. But speed is also the cheetah's greatest limitation. It can accelerate with astonishing speed, yet it cannot maintain that pace for long. Every sprint rapidly raises its body temperature, drives its heart rate higher, and consumes enormous amounts of energy. That is why a cheetah must choose carefully: the right distance, the right target, and the right moment to strike. Ahead, the impala herd continues to graze. The cheetah does not watch the entire herd. Instead, it searches for a vulnerable target, an animal that has become separated, reacts more slowly, or strays too far from the safety of the group. But impala are not easy prey. The entire herd is constantly alert, and even the slightest sign of danger can trigger an immediate escape. The cheetah knows that its opportunity may last only a few seconds. Then the moment comes. The cheetah suddenly bursts from the grass, and the entire herd erupts into motion. Dust rises beneath their hooves as the impalas scatter in different directions. The cheetah accelerates almost instantly, closing the distance with every powerful stride. Its eyes lock onto a single impala that has begun to separate from the herd. From that moment, the hunt becomes a contest between speed and reflexes. The impala twists, turns, and leaps unpredictably, forcing the cheetah to constantly adjust its line of attack. Every sudden change of direction buys the prey another precious second. The cheetah stays close, reaching forward with its forelegs in an attempt to trip the impala. But at the critical moment, the prey suddenly veers away, forcing the predator to change direction. The distance begins to widen. The longer the chase continues, the hotter and more exhausted the cheetah becomes. There is no room for wasted energy. The hunt must end quickly, while the impala needs only a few more seconds to escape. And then, the decisive moment arrives. Some hunts end with a single mistake. The cheetah manages to bring its prey down, pinning it to the ground, and attempting to finish the struggle as quickly as possible. before rival predators arrive. But not every chase ends in a kill. The impala changes direction at exactly the right moment, causing the cheetah to lose its balance. The predator races forward for a few more strides before finally slowing down. Its body has reached its limit. Once again, the impala's greatest weapon is not strength, but the ability to react faster than its pursuer. Far across the grassland, the impala herd has scattered to safety. Some stop at a distance and turn their heads to look back. The immediate danger has passed, but the vigilance remains. Soon, they will lower their heads and begin grazing again, yet their ears continue to listen, and their eyes remain alert, because on the African savanna, danger can return without warning. Because in the savanna, peace never lasts for long. The cheetah remains standing amid a thin cloud of dust, its mouth open as it breathes heavily. It needs time to cool down and recover its strength. A failed hunt is not simply about losing a meal. It also means losing precious energy. For a cheetah, every chase is a gamble. It has the speed, the skill, and the incredible ability to explode into action within seconds. But nature does not always reward the fastest. Impalas may not be stronger than cheetahs, but they possess lightning-fast reflexes, the safety of the herd, and the ability to make sudden, unpredictable turns. Sometimes a single, well-timed change of direction is enough to completely alter the outcome of a hunt. In the wild, opportunities often exist for only a moment. For a cheetah, that moment must be seized immediately. For an impala, surviving may mean extending that moment by just a few precious seconds. And on the African savanna, a few seconds can sometimes be the difference between life and death. After the chase between the cheetah and the impala, one thing becomes clear. Not all prey simply runs away. Some species survive through lightning-fast reflexes, others through numbers, while some are dangerous enough to make even predators hesitate. The ostrich is one such example. It is a bird, but unlike most birds, the ostrich cannot escape danger by taking to the sky. It remains firmly on the ground. Living among dry grass, low bushes, and vast open spaces, ostriches are exposed to numerous predators, especially when it comes to their eggs and young chicks. Adult ostriches, however, are far from easy targets. They have no fangs or horns, but their powerful legs are more than enough to make predators think twice. Their keen eyesight allows them to detect unusual movement from a great distance, a lioness moving low through the grass, a hyena closing in, or a pack of African wild dogs spreading out to encircle them. For an ostrich, detecting danger early is the first line of defense. The moment it senses a threat, it does not wait for the predator to get closer. Instead, it immediately breaks into a run, driving forward with long, powerful strides. Across open grassland, an adult ostrich can cover enormous distances at remarkable speed. This makes predators reluctant to waste valuable energy on a difficult target. If they cannot get close enough during the initial approach, their chances of catching an ostrich quickly diminish. But speed is not its only weapon. When cornered, an ostrich can fight back in self-defense. Its powerful legs can deliver devastating kicks, and a well-placed strike can inflict serious injury on an attacking predator. Predators rarely attack a healthy adult ostrich without careful consideration. When the opportunity arises, they are more likely to target eggs, young chicks, or individuals that are isolated and caught unaware. For a healthy adult ostrich, especially a male guarding the nest, danger can come from both directions. Predators are not the only threat to ostriches. When pushed too far, these powerful birds can make their attackers pay a heavy price. During the breeding season, male ostriches become especially vigilant. Their responsibility is not only to protect themselves, but also to defend the nest on the ground. The large eggs lie exposed in shallow nests, making them an attractive target for predators and scavengers. Hyenas may attempt to approach. African wild dogs may lurk nearby, while vultures, crows, and other egg-eating animals wait for an opportunity. But the male does not easily abandon the nest. It remains nearby, constantly scanning its surroundings. If a threat ventures too close, the ostrich may spread its wings, lower its body, and move aggressively toward the intruder in an attempt to intimidate it. Its sheer size and imposing behavior are enough to make a predator reconsider. Ostriches may not dominate the grasslands, but neither are they helpless prey. They survive through keen eyesight, remarkable speed, the ability to maintain distance from danger, and powerful counterattacks when cornered. But across the savanna, some species do not rely on individual strength. Instead, their greatest defense is found in numbers. These are wildebeest during the Great Migration. From a distance, a massive wildebeest herd looks like an endless river of movement. Thousands of animals cross the grasslands, moving across dry terrain toward areas where fresh grass and water can still be found. Each year, herds of wildebeest move through the Serengeti and Masai Mara in response to seasonal changes in rainfall and food availability. It is not simply a journey, it is a long and relentless struggle for survival. Throughout the migration, danger surrounds them. Lions wait in the tall grass. Hyenas follow from behind. Cheetahs watch for young animals that become separated from the herd, while crocodiles lie motionless beneath the murky waters of rivers. A lone wildebeest can become an easy target. It may run or fight back, but once separated from the herd, its chances of survival fall dramatically. Their greatest strength lies not in the individual, but in the group. When thousands of wildebeest move together, they create a colossal spectacle. The ground trembles beneath countless hooves, while clouds of dust rise behind the moving herd. For predators, this is both an opportunity and a challenge. Prey is everywhere, yet amid the constant movement and confusion, choosing the right target is far from easy. A lion cannot simply charge into the middle of a massive herd without careful consideration. A cheetah cannot afford to waste its limited energy chasing every individual. Even a pack of hyenas must identify a weakness before committing to an attack. Within the moving herd, every animal constantly changes position. The strongest individuals move forward, while young calves remain close to their mothers. Older, weaker, or injured animals are more likely to fall behind. And when even one individual becomes isolated from the protection of the herd, a predator may seize the opportunity. Wildebeest are not as graceful as impalas. They have heavy bodies, large heads, high shoulders, and curved horns. Their running style may appear awkward, but an adult wildebeest is powerful, resilient, and capable of fighting back when cornered. During the migration, young wildebeest stay close to their mothers, while older, weaker, or injured individuals are more likely to fall behind. In this endless journey across the African wilderness, staying together can mean the difference between survival and becoming the next target. It is in those moments that lions and hyenas find their opportunity. They do not charge straight into the middle of the herd. Instead, they wait along the edges, watching patiently and searching for a way to separate a vulnerable target from the crowd. Within the herd, wildebeest are protected by the sheer chaos of the crowd. Thousands of bodies run together, constantly changing direction and creating a moving wall that makes it difficult for predators to select a target. But when one individual falls behind, that advantage can disappear in an instant. Ostriches survive through keen eyesight, powerful legs, and remarkable speed. Wildebeest survive through sheer numbers and their massive migrations. Both demonstrate the fundamental truth of the wild. Being prey does not mean being weak. In the savannah, lions are often seen as symbols of strength. Yet in many hunts, the animals doing the most work are not the males, but the lionesses. Lionesses are smaller than males and lack their imposing manes. They may not have the same overwhelming appearance, but what they lack in size and display, they make up for in determination and skill. Lionesses are the pride's most persistent hunters. They provide food for their cubs, support the males, and help keep the entire pride alive through difficult seasons. A lioness's hunt does not begin with a roar. It begins with silence. She studies her surroundings, reading the wind, judging the distance, and tracking the movements of her prey. Across the vast grasslands, one wrong decision can cost her the entire opportunity. That is why lionesses rarely rush. Beneath the golden grass, a group of lionesses lay low. Ahead of them, a herd of wildebeest moves slowly across the plain, with several calves staying close to their mothers. The adults along the edge of the herd constantly raised their heads. Dust rose beneath every step, mingling with their calls and the sound of the wind. The lionesses remained perfectly still, their ears pointed toward the herd, and their eyes tracking every subtle movement. They were not watching the entire herd. Their attention was fixed on the most vulnerable individuals. Young, old, injured, or simply unaware of the danger closing in. Wind direction plays a crucial role in the hunt. If the wildebeest catches the lioness's scent, the opportunity may be lost before the chase even begins. So the lionesses approach from downwind, using tall grass, bushes, and small rises in the ground as natural cover. When the distance becomes close enough, the lionesses begin to close the circle. Some apply pressure from one side, while others move to block potential escape routes. The hunt becomes a coordinated pincer movement. As the herd falls into confusion, a young wildebeest can become separated from its mother. The lionesses move in quickly, closing the distance and cutting off every possible escape route. Against a young wildebeest, their advantage comes not simply from strength, but from strategy, timing, and coordination. After the most intense moments, the chaos begins to subside. The wildebeest herd moves away, leaving a cloud of dust suspended in the air. A few animals turn their heads to look back from a safe distance, but they cannot stop for long. In the wild, survival demands that the herd keep moving. The lionesses stood around their prey, their bodies covered in dust and their chests heaving. The hunt had taken a great deal of energy. Not long after, the rest of the pride began to arrive. The male lions appeared from a distance, while the cubs followed their mothers closer. They learned which places were safe, how to approach the kill, and how to avoid being pushed aside by larger animals. Even within a lion pride, feeding follows a certain order. The stronger cubs eat first, while the younger ones have to wait or squeeze into whatever spaces they can find. This is part of the process of growing up. One day, they too will have to learn to observe, stalk, and coordinate, just as the lionesses do today. But prey in the savannah never belongs to the lions for very long. From a distance, vultures began circling overhead. At first, there were only a few dark shadows, then more and more appeared, drawn by the signs of death from great distances. Nearby, hyenas also began to approach. They could hear the sounds, smell the blood, and knew that a meal was close. The lionesses understood that they had to eat quickly. A large clan of hyenas could soon arrive and apply pressure, attempting to steal what remained. The vultures waited patiently at the edge. In the savannah, one predator's successful hunt can quickly become another species' opportunity. The hunt had been successful, but the danger was not over. Hyenas were already being drawn by the smell of blood. For lionesses, hunting is not simply about pouncing on prey. Most of the time, it is about waiting, observing, approaching silently, and striking at exactly the right moment. But when the hyena's characteristic laughter echoes across the grasslands, a successful meal can quickly turn into a new confrontation. The savannah was still far from peaceful. The smell of blood lingered in the air. Vultures continued to circle overhead, and hyenas could appear at any moment. Yet in another corner of the grassland, life quietly continued. Not all species are as fast as impalas or live in large herds like wildebeest. Warthogs are another example. At first glance, they may appear clumsy and easy to underestimate. They have large heads, relatively short legs, and slightly lowered backs. When foraging, they often kneel on their front legs, using their snouts to search for roots and dried tubers. But this appearance can create a false impression, because in the savannah, warthogs are not easy prey. They are faster than they look, and much more resilient than many smaller herbivores. And if cornered, their curved tusks can make a predator pay the price. The dry season makes the grasslands even harsher. The ground hardens, fresh grass becomes scarce, and puddles of water shrink day by day. During this time, many species must change their way of life to survive. Warthogs are no exception. They do not simply search for grass on the surface. Instead, they use their powerful snouts to dig. Beneath the dry soil, roots, tubers, and other edible plant parts can still be found. These become an important source of food when the surface of the savanna has been depleted. When bending down to forage, warthogs may appear less vigilant, but they are always listening. The ears rotate continuously, while its eyes occasionally lift upward to scan the surroundings. Their small tails can be held high when they run, acting as a signal for others to follow. In hot, arid lands, warthogs are highly practical creatures. They do not confront danger unless necessary, but they are always ready to run, hide, or counterattack when a threat approaches. To combat the heat, warthogs often seek refuge in mud. They roll around in the remaining muddy puddles, and the layer of mud clinging to their skin helps cool their bodies beneath the intense sun. It also helps reduce insects and parasites from attaching to the skin. For many species, mud is simply dirt, but for warthogs, it is a protective layer and one way to conserve energy during the dry season. When temperatures rise, keeping the body from overheating is just as important as finding food. An animal that becomes dehydrated, weak, or slow-moving is much easier for predators to hunt. Warthogs seem to understand this instinctively. They typically operate during the cooler parts of the day, foraging for food and taking mud baths, then seeking shelter when the danger and heat increase. Their most important shelters are often not ones they create themselves, but old burrows. Warthogs frequently use abandoned burrows, especially those previously occupied by aardvarks. When entering, they'd back in, positioning their head and tusks toward the entrance, ready to defend themselves if a predator approaches. A leopard might be lurking nearby. Hyenas can sniff out their tracks, while African wild dogs may surround the area, but the narrow entrance makes any attack much more difficult. A predator cannot easily pounce without facing the warthog's sharp tusks. For warthogs, the burrow is their last line of defense. But warthogs do not always make it back to their dens in time. From a distance, a leopard silently observed. It does not hunt through the strength of a pack, but through silence, stealth, and patience. Its spotted coat helps it blend into the dry grass and bushes. It attacks only when it is close enough, because if detected too early, the warthog can escape. This hunt is not about speed, it is about distance. An adult warthog is not an easy target to take down. Its short, stocky body, thick skin, and curved tusks can inflict serious injury if a predator attacks from the wrong position. Therefore, the leopard must be precise. It crept closer, waiting for the warthog to lower its guard before moving toward its target. In front of it, a young warthog stood close to its mother. The leopard saw an opportunity. It lunged straight at the calf, forcefully pinning it down and biting its neck. The young warthog struggled desperately, but the predator's strength quickly overwhelmed it. Within seconds, the struggle was over. The warthog mother stood helpless as the leopard carried out the attack. Lions may be the rulers of the savannah, but when faced with fearless hyenas and powerful buffalo, every hunt can turn into a battle for survival. Across the vast grasslands of Africa, not all animals survive through sheer strength. Some species rely on their fangs and claws. Others depend on powerful muscles. But for impalas, their greatest weapon is their reflexes. They lack large horns, thick skin, or the strength to defend themselves directly. Therefore, the only way to survive is to remain constantly vigilant. Every step across the meadow requires caution. While grazing, their ears continuously turn in different directions. While drinking water, impalas continue to observe their surroundings. Even the slightest sound can alert the entire group. Survival begins with detecting danger before the predator gets close. Impalas typically live in groups, giving them more eyes to watch for threats. Deep within the rainforests of Panama, where ancient trees rise like living towers and curtains of vines hang over hidden waterways, a shadow moves through the darkness. It leaves almost no trace behind. No roar echoes through the jungle. No warning betrays its presence. For most creatures of the forest, the first sign of danger comes only when it is already too late. This is the black jaguar, one of the most mysterious predators in the Americas. Known to many as a black panther, it is not a separate species but a rare melanistic form of the jaguar. Beneath its dark coat, the distinctive rosette patterns of a jaguar remain hidden, visible only when sunlight strikes at the right angle. In the dim world of the rainforest, this unusual coloration gives the animal an almost supernatural appearance, allowing it to disappear into the shadows with astonishing ease. Panama's tropical forests provide an ideal sanctuary for these elusive hunters. Stretching from the Caribbean coast to the Pacific lowlands, the country's dense jungles form a vital bridge between North and South America. Here, countless species coexist within a complex web of life, and at the top of this food chain stands the jaguar. Unlike lions, jaguars do not live in prides. They are solitary animals, spending much of their lives alone. Each individual patrols a vast territory, marked with scent and claw marks, warning rivals to stay away. Encounters between adults are rare, and much of what happens within the jaguar's domain remains hidden from human observation. For the black jaguar, secrecy is survival. As daylight fades and the rainforest enters another long tropical night, the hunter begins to move. Every step is deliberate. Powerful muscles ripple beneath its dark coat as it glides through the undergrowth. Its padded paws absorb sound, allowing it to approach unsuspecting prey in near silence. Even in a forest alive with insects, frogs, and nocturnal birds, the black jaguar moves like a ghost. Its senses are finely tuned for life in the darkness. Keen hearing detects the faint rustle of leaves. Sensitive whiskers help it navigate through tangled vegetation. Sharp eyes scan the shadows for movement. Somewhere ahead, a potential meal is feeding, unaware that it is being watched. Patience is one of the jaguar's greatest weapons. Rather than chasing prey over long distances, it relies on stealth and surprise. Minutes can pass, sometimes hours. The predator waits for the perfect moment. Then, in a sudden burst of explosive power, it attacks. A few rapid strides close the distance between hunter and prey. There is little chance of escape. The jaguar possesses one of the strongest bite forces of any big cat. Unlike many other predators that kill by suffocation, the jaguar often delivers a crushing bite directly through the skull or neck. It is a strategy that requires immense strength and remarkable precision. This extraordinary weapon allows the cat to hunt a wide range of animals, from deer and peccaries to armadillos, turtles, and even caimans lurking along jungle rivers. Water poses no obstacle to the black jaguar. While many cats avoid rivers and swamps, jaguars are excellent swimmers. They cross waterways with ease and often patrol riverbanks in search of prey. In Panama's flooded forests, where crocodilians and fish thrive, the jaguar is equally at home in water as it is on land. Few predators can match its versatility. Yet despite its power, the black jaguar remains one of the least understood large carnivores in the world. For centuries, stories of black panthers drifted through remote villages and indigenous communities. Some believed they were spirits of the forest. Others viewed them as guardians of sacred places. Their rarity only deepened the mystery. Even today, confirmed sightings are uncommon. Many people spend decades working in the rainforest without ever seeing one in the wild. modern camera traps have finally begun to reveal fragments of the black jaguar's secret life. Hidden along game trails and river crossings, these silent devices occasionally capture images of a dark figure passing through the night. Each photograph offers a glimpse into a world that remains largely concealed. Every sighting is a reminder that some corners of nature still resist human observation. But the future of this remarkable predator is far from secure. Across Central and South America, forests continue to shrink under pressure from logging, agriculture, and expanding human settlements. Roads carve through once continuous wilderness, isolating animal populations and reducing the territories these great cats need to survive. As habitats become fragmented, encounters with humans become more frequent, often ending in conflict. In Panama, conservationists are working to protect critical wildlife corridors that allow jaguars to move between forests. These green pathways are essential for maintaining healthy populations and preserving genetic diversity. Without them, even the most powerful predator can become vulnerable. The black jaguar represents more than a single animal. It embodies the untamed spirit of the rainforest itself. Its presence is a sign that the ecosystem remains healthy, balanced, and alive. Where jaguars thrive, countless other species benefit from the stability they help maintain. As darkness settles over Panama's forests once again, the shadowy hunter continues its ancient journey. Unseen and almost silent, it moves beneath the canopy as it has for thousands of years. A master of stealth, a symbol of wilderness, one of the last true phantoms of the tropical rainforest. And somewhere in the depths of the jungle, beyond the reach of roads and human eyes, the black jaguar still reigns. In the profound silence of the Darien forest, a single, resounding call pierces the darkness. The deep, guttural roar of a howler monkey reverberates from the canopy, an unmistakable warning that a ruler is near. It is more than a simple alarm. It is a rallying cry to the troop, a signal of mounting tension that spreads through the treetops. Then, emerging slowly from the mist, appears the majestic form of Panthera onca, the jaguar. Cloaked in golden fur patterned with black rosettes like secret maps, it embodies strength and dominance in this vast rainforest. These markings not only provide perfect camouflage, but are also a unique genetic signature of the species. The jaguars of the Darien are the largest in Central America. An adult can reach over 6 feet in length and weigh more than 210 pounds. Along trails blanketed with decaying leaves, it moves almost silently. This is the apex predator of the forest, armed with a bite more powerful than any other big cat. Its jaws exert a crushing force, approaching 1,500 pounds per square inch, enough to crack the armored shell of a turtle or crush a skull with a single bite. Yet the jaguar hunts not merely to survive. Each attack is a flawless demonstration of instinct refined over millions of years. Its prey ranges from wild boar rooting beneath the leaf litter to wary red deer searching for food. With patient vigilance, it waits in the shadows, its unblinking eyes fixed on every movement. When the time is right, it launches with explosive speed, striking like a sudden storm that leaves no chance for escape. Unlike many other big cats that suffocate their prey with a throat bite, the jaguar employs a distinctive technique, a lethal bite to the skull or neck that instantly destroys the central nervous system. This strategy is an extraordinary adaptation to the dense undergrowth of tropical forests like the Darien. But the jaguar does not exist alone. As a keystone predator, it plays a vital role in maintaining ecological balance. By hunting herbivores such as deer and wild boar, it keeps their populations in check, preventing overgrazing of the understory vegetation. Giant trees like the Ceiba pentandra, with their sprawling roots and immense canopies, flourish thanks to this delicate equilibrium, sheltering countless other species. For centuries, the indigenous Embera and Kuna peoples have revered the jaguar as a sacred being, a symbol of strength, wisdom, and protection. In their art, its image is etched in stone or woven into textiles, a reminder of the enduring bond between humans and the natural world. Today, however, the greatest threat to the jaguar comes not from rival predators, but from humans. According to a 2023 IUCN report, the species is classified as near threatened. Driven toward decline by habitat loss and illegal hunting, forests like the Darien are shrinking rapidly under the advance of deforestation and logging. When ancient giants like the Ceiba fall, the jaguar loses its shelter, and its prey vanishes in turn. As dusk settles and the last light fades, the jaguar moves on through the hush of the Darien. Its powerful silhouette blends into the deep green shadows. Though its future is fraught with challenges, this emblem of the wild continues to advance among the towering trees. A final flash of orange fur cuts through the darkness, a fleeting glimpse of the rainforest's most formidable predator. During peak months, daytime temperatures often soar above 35 degrees Celsius, while winter nights can plunge below 5 degrees Celsius. These extreme shifts create a rhythm that only the hardiest species can follow. The park is a sanctuary for more than 100 mammal species and over 400 bird species. Among its most notable inhabitants is one of the largest populations of wild elephants on the continent, giants whose survival defines the fate of this wilderness. At the heart of Hwanghae, in its northeastern quadrant, lies the main camp area, the park's largest section, covering roughly 10,765 square kilometers. This area doubles as the administrative hub and showcases the quintessential semi-arid landscape, mopane trees stretching over parched earth, interrupted by dusty grasslands during the dry season. Though sparse in appearance, this ecosystem is rich in purpose. It provides shelter, passage, and promise to species whose futures are tied to the ebb and flow of this resilient but threatened land. Life in the dry season hinges entirely on an intricate network of over 60 man-made pans, artificial waterholes fed by underground aquifers. These are carefully managed on a rotating schedule to ensure a constant supply of water for wildlife. Around these vital lifelines, some of Africa's most iconic species gather: elephants, buffalo, kudu, zebras, and an array of formidable predators, including lions and leopards. In this arid landscape, the punt pans are nothing short of a miracle of survival. Among the animals that depend on these resources are the wildebeest. They travel in herds that often number in the hundreds. Their collective mass, forming a moving wall of muscle and instinct. This visual barrier serves as protection. When a single member senses danger, the entire herd reacts as one. In a thunderous, synchronized gallop, they shift direction rapidly, disorienting predators and breaking their focus. Capable of reaching speeds up to 80 kilometers per hour and sustaining them over long distances, wildebeest frequently escape even the lightning-fast pounce of cheetahs or the tactical ambushes of wild dogs. As the dry season wears on and grass becomes scarce, these resilient grazers embark on short-distance migrations within Hwanghae, not the epic cross-continental treks seen in the Serengeti, but purposeful movements nonetheless, from late October through April. During the rainy season, they drift from the park's southern edges deeper into main camp, where fresh grasses erupt across ancient basalt and alluvial soils. With the return of the dry season, the herds retreat toward the pumped pans, where whatever water and greenery remain become essential to survival. Wildebeest primarily feed on soft grasses found in open areas. As their hoofs churn the soil, they aid in natural seed dispersal and pollination, playing a quiet but vital role in the regeneration of the grasslands. Their presence is accompanied by a lively entourage. Oxpeckers ride along their backs, feeding on parasites, while vultures soar overhead, ever watchful for a weakened straggler. Births come in tight, synchronized waves at the onset of the rains, when food is most abundant. Newborn calves stand within minutes and run shortly after, nature's imperative for survival in a world filled with threats. But despite their rapid start, few survive the trials of their early years. There is no grand spectacle, no fanfare. The wildebeest move quietly across Hwanghae's open plains, resolute, enduring. These tireless pilgrims are the lifeblood of the grasslands, pulsing through the main camp area and renewing the ecosystem with every passing season. Just as the thunder of their hooves fades into the dust, a new sound stirs, a low, resonant roar rolling across the mopane haze. The lion announces its presence, the apex predator, the eternal rival of the wildebeest, stalking the silence that follows the herd. Lions, members of the Panthera genus, share a common ancestor with other big cats and have evolved over the last 2 million years to thrive in the harsh, semi-arid environments of southern Africa. Their muscular build, keen night vision, and highly social behavior set them apart as apex predators perfectly adapted to the savanna. A mature male can weigh up to 225 kilograms and is distinguished by his thick, dark mane, an evolutionary signal of strength and reproductive fitness. The darker and fuller the mane, the healthier the lion is perceived to be, making him more attractive to females. Standing around 1.2 meters at the shoulder and stretching over 2 meters in length, lions are built for power. They can leap up to 10 meters and sprint at speeds of up to 80 kilometers per hour, albeit only for short bursts. Unlike most other big cats, lions live in complex social groups known as prides. A typical pride includes 5 to 20 individuals, though some can grow to over 40 in stable environments. These groups are composed of related females, their cubs, and 1 to 3 dominant males who defend the territory and sire offspring. In the main camp region, where herds of wildebeest and zebra converge on the man-made waterholes during the dry season, pride life offers lions a distinct advantage. Female lions take on the role of hunters, often working in small groups of 2 to 5. Using terrain, vegetation, and the cover of night, they stealthily stalk their prey. Success depends not just on brute strength, but on careful coordination. One lion may initiate a chase, while others lie in ambush, closing in from the sides or rear. Although their hunting success rate hovers around 20 to 30%, a single successful kill can feed the entire pride for several days. The feeding hierarchy is strictly enforced. Males eat first, followed by the lionesses, and finally the cubs. This order reflects both physical dominance and the male's protective role in the pride. Lions can go days without water, drawing moisture from fresh meat. However, their survival still hinges on reliable prey access, particularly around the pumped pans, which become magnets for herbivores during the dry season. The connection between lions and their habitat is most visible in main camp, where territorial boundaries are clearly defined. Each pride occupies a range of roughly 20 to 40 kilometers in radius, marked by scent, urine sprays, and scratch marks left on trees or the ground. The roar of a dominant male can travel up to 8 kilometers, serving as both a declaration of territorial control and a warning to rival males roaming in search of a pride to conquer. As the lion retreats from its kill, the eerie cackling of a spotted hyena cuts through the stillness of the savanna. In this harsh landscape, strength alone doesn't guarantee survival. Here, hyenas thrive as cunning opportunists, often shadowing lions, waiting patiently for the moment to swoop in and claim what remains. They are not necessarily better hunters, but they have mastered the art of impeccable timing. Spotted hyenas descend from a distinct lineage within the Hyenidae family, diverging from their relatives roughly 2 million years ago. Their appearance is unmistakable. Powerful forelimbs that tower over shorter hind legs give them a sloped silhouette, designed not for speed, but for stamina. Measuring up to 1.8 meters in length and weighing as much as 85 kilograms, they are built for endurance over long distances. What they lack in beauty, they make up for in biological efficiency. A hyena's heart is nearly twice the relative size of a lion's, allowing it to maintain high speeds over extended chases. Its jaws are among the strongest in the animal kingdom, exerting over 750 newtons per square centimeter, strong enough to shatter the leg bones of a wildebeest with ease. Hyenas are not loners. They live in structured clans, complex social units that can consist of up to 70 individuals. At the top of the hierarchy stands the dominant female, larger than her male counterparts and fully in control. She has priority access to food and reproduction, and her lineage often dictates the pecking order within the group. Clans defend vast territories, often spanning dozens of square kilometers, using scent markings and their signature whoop calls to define boundaries and stay in contact. Their vocalizations, giggles, screeches, groans, aren't random. They form a rich communication system capable of transmitting identity, mood, and intent. At main camp, where herds of zebra, wildebeest, and kudu gather around pumped water pans during the dry season, hyenas are a constant presence. Sometimes they scavenge, but just as often, they hunt. Contrary to their reputation, they are far more than scavengers. In fact, studies show that up to 70% of their diet is composed of prey they have hunted themselves. These hunts typically occur under the cover of darkness or during the cool hours of early morning. With their formidable stamina, they can chase prey until it collapses from exhaustion. When the kill is made, the entire clan feasts, an efficient, cooperative system that underscores the true intelligence and resilience of this often misunderstood predator. Across the sun-baked savanna near main camp, a herd of sable antelope moves with quiet grace toward a distant waterhole. Their sweeping, scimitar-shaped horns catch the first light of day, gleaming like polished obsidian. These majestic creatures are more than just striking silhouettes on the horizon. They are national icons. The sable antelope is the emblem of the Zimbabwe Parks and Wildlife Management Authority, chosen to symbolize the strength, resilience, and untamed spirit of the nation. Sable antelopes are unmistakable. Their muscular bodies, arched necks, and flowing black manes give them a regal presence. But their most defining feature, the long, backward curving horns that can reach up to 165 centimeters in adult males, are not mere ornaments. They are formidable weapons. When cornered, sable antelope have been known to stand their ground against lions, wielding those lethal horns with precision and power. Within the main camp area, these antelope are specialized grazers. They favor tender grasses, succulent leaves, and nutrient-rich herbs, particularly those that flourish around termite mounds. Each mouthful is chosen with purpose, rich in protein and essential minerals, fuel for their endurance and the development of strong, healthy horns. But life on the savanna is rarely easy. During long dry seasons, as food dwindles, sable antelopes are forced to share their preferred grazing grounds with larger, more competitive species like elephants and buffalo. The competition places immense pressure on their survival. Even so, the sable antelope is no passive participant in this ecological theater. It survives through memory and strategy. Individuals learn the contours of the land, recall safe havens, and pass information through the herd. Rather than embarking on long migrations, they rotate through familiar, resource-rich areas near main camp, guided by an internal map refined over generations. Their way of life is one of quiet resilience, of knowing when to move forward, when to retreat, and when to vanish into the stillness of the dry forest. It's a rhythm that feels almost sacred, as though orchestrated by something greater, a living testament to wisdom, etched not in books, but in the dust and breath of the wild. As the herd of sable antelope drifts silently across the savanna, subtler, lighter movements begin to stir at the edges of the tall grass. Slipping into view are impalas, the smaller, more agile antelopes of the quiet plains. With their sleek frames and extraordinary adaptability, impalas have carved out a vital role in the intricate web of life within Hwang National Park. These graceful animals thrive in large herds, sometimes numbering in the hundreds, especially during the breeding season, when a dominant male temporarily assumes leadership. Their social structure is reinforced not just through hierarchy, but through a delicate and intimate behavior known as allogrooming. This mutual grooming ritual involves gently nibbling at one another's coats with their teeth, removing parasites while simultaneously reducing stress and reinforcing social bonds. It's both a health regimen and a form of emotional maintenance, critical in the demanding life of a prey species. Though slight in stature, the impala's athleticism is astonishing. With a single bound, it can leap more than 10 meters in distance, or soar over 3 meters into the air, easily clearing dense thickets or evading an ambush. When fleeing danger, they can reach speeds of up to 80 kilometers per hour, turning escape into an art form. Whether darting from wild dogs or dodging the claws of a lion, these bursts of speed and agility often spell the difference between life and death. Effortlessly outpacing the impala, the cheetah reigns as the fastest land predator on Earth. Capable of reaching speeds up to 110 kilometers per hour, it's a master of acceleration, going from 0 to nearly 100 in just under 3 seconds. In the wide open savanna near Hwange's main camp, where speed is the ultimate currency of survival, the cheetah doesn't depend on brute force or group tactics. It needs only a single perfect opportunity to strike with breathtaking precision. Unlike lions or leopards, the cheetah cannot roar. It belongs to a different genus, a Cynonox, not Panthera, and instead communicates through a repertoire of soft chirps, purrs, and gentle growls, reminiscent of domestic cats. These subtle sounds are vital, especially between mothers and cubs, helping them stay connected while moving silently through grasslands filled with threats. Distinctive black tear marks stretch from the eyes down to the mouth, natural sunshades that reduce glare and sharpen focus during hunts. Cheetahs are diurnal hunters, choosing daylight hours to avoid confrontations with more powerful nocturnal competitors like lions and hyenas. Every detail of the cheetah's body is designed for speed. Long limbs, a flexible spine, a deep chest, oversized nasal passages, and a high-capacity heart and lungs all contribute to its explosive chases. Its semi-retractable claws provide extra traction, while its long, muscular tail acts like a rudder, counterbalancing its turns as it weaves through uneven terrain in pursuit of prey. Unlike pack hunters, cheetahs are solitary. Males sometimes form small coalitions, but they typically stalk alone, each step silent, calculated, and timed with the precision of a shadow creeping over the earth as the afternoon sun begins to dip. Their vision is exceptionally sharp. Forward-facing eyes give the cheetah binocular focus, allowing it to spot movement from over 5 kilometers away. Once within striking range, usually 60 to 100 meters, it launches forward like an arrow from a bow. Each stride can span nearly 7 meters, rapidly closing the distance between predator and prey. But with such specialization comes vulnerability. The cheetah's power lies in speed, not strength. A sudden appearance by a lioness or hyena often forces it to abandon a fresh kill before taking even a single bite. Unable to drag heavy prey or defend its meals, the cheetah must choose its hunting grounds and timing with care. This delicate balance of speed and fragility shapes the cheetah's strategy. It hunts at dawn or dusk when the light favors its vision, and the fiercest competitors are still resting. For the cheetah, survival is a race not just against prey, but against the dangers that follow. Beneath the sweeping shadow of the steppe eagle, another scavenger quietly makes its entrance across the carcass-littered plains of main camp. It is the white-backed vulture, once the most widespread vulture species in Africa, now fading from skies it long dominated. With a wingspan reaching up to 2.3 meters, the white-backed vulture glides effortlessly, soaring for hours on rising thermals in search of food. Its featherless head and neck, paired with a cloak of silvery white plumage along the back, cut a striking figure in the air. A dark face and piercing gaze complete the look of a specialist evolved for a very particular purpose, feeding on death to preserve life. Every feature of this bird tells a story of survival. Its bald head reduces the risk of infection when feeding deep inside carcasses. Its keen eyesight allows it to spot the fallen from hundreds of meters above. When one vulture descends, dozens more often follow, spiraling downward in a coordinated signal that a meal has been found. In Hwangi's main camp, where wildebeest, zebra, and buffalo fall to drought, injury, or old age, the white-backed vulture fulfills a vital role. Though not powerful enough to rip open thick hides like hyenas, they are uniquely adapted to reach deep into body cavities, clearing out soft tissues and organs, those parts most prone to rot. In doing so, they help contain bacteria and prevent disease from spreading through the ecosystem. But these birds are more than just nature's sanitation team. They are social creatures, nesting in loose colonies high in trees near water. Most return to the same nest sites year after year. Each breeding season, a female lays just one egg, which she and her mate incubate for roughly 55 days. The chick will not leave the nest for over 3 months. A slow and vulnerable start to life in a harsh world. That slow reproductive rate, combined with high mortality among young and adult birds alike, makes the species dangerously susceptible to even small disruptions. Habitat loss, poisoning, and human interference can tip the balance, triggering a collapse not just in vulture numbers, but across the entire biological system they help hold together. The bushland at the base of Mount Kilimanjaro provides a perfect refuge for the common dwarf mongoose, the smallest mongoose species in Africa. These agile creatures thrive in social groups, typically ranging from 8 to 30 individuals, all under the leadership of a dominant breeding pair. Their homes are often repurposed burrows, abandoned by aardvarks or other burrowing animals, that offer protection from predators and the harsh elements of the surrounding environment. The dwarf mongoose's diet primarily consists of insects like termites, crickets, and beetles, though they also indulge in small bird eggs, vertebrates, and occasionally fruit. With their powerful digging abilities, they can unearth food hidden beneath the soil, using their sharp claws to overturn the earth in search of insects and other invertebrates. While foraging, mongoose groups divide into smaller units, with some individuals taking on the critical role of sentinels. Perched high on rocks or tree trunks, these watchful sentinels keep a vigilant eye on the surroundings. At the first sign of danger, they emit sharp warning calls, alerting the rest of the group to quickly seek shelter. The bushland at the base of Kilimanjaro is a vibrant tapestry of life, where lush green grasslands stretch across the mountain's foothills and merge effortlessly into sparse forests. In this breathtaking landscape, plain zebras, with their striking black and white striped coats, stand as an unmistakable symbol of Africa's wild savannas. The story of the plain zebra dates back nearly 4 million years, when their ancestors, part of the equid family, first settled in Africa's expansive grasslands. Over time, evolution bestowed upon them their iconic stripes, a feature that not only adds to their beauty, but also serves vital biological functions. Each zebra's stripe pattern is unique, much like human fingerprints, allowing every individual to be easily identified within the herd. Today, plain zebras are widespread across sub-Saharan Africa, thriving in the continent's vast grasslands and open woodlands. In the Kilimanjaro region, the bushland offers the zebras a perfect habitat where short grasses abound and natural water sources remain plentiful. Recent estimates from 2023 suggest a population of around 1,200 to 1,500 zebras in the area, a stable figure that underscores the crucial role the bushland ecosystem plays in sustaining these magnificent creatures. In the low shrubs and dense grasslands, dik-diks skillfully conceal themselves among the undergrowth, evading the watchful eyes of predators. When danger is sensed, a dik-dik emits a sharp, high-pitched alarm call, alerting nearby animals to the threat and occasionally startling potential predators. This behavior not only offers the dik-dik protection, but also fosters a natural communication network, linking various species in the ecosystem and creating a shared warning system. Dik-diks live in monogamous pairs, typically consisting of one male and one female. Each pair defends a territory that spans 12 to 15 acres, where they forage, protect their boundaries, and raise their young. To mark their territory, dik-diks utilize special scent glands near their eyes, leaving chemical markers on plants and the ground. As herbivores, dik-diks primarily feed on soft grasses, tender leaves, and occasionally bark. Remarkably, they are able to extract enough moisture from the plants they consume, enabling them to survive in the arid regions where water is scarce. Amidst the emerald layers of the forest, where sunlight barely pierces the leafy ceiling, a shadow glides silently. The African leopard, a symbol of resilience and strength. Its golden coat, marked with intricate black rosettes, melts into the forest backdrop, cloaking the predator in an aura of mystery. A creature of ancient lineage, the leopard's evolutionary roots stretch back over 2 million years to the early ancestors of the feline family in Africa and Asia. One of the most adaptable predators on Earth, the leopard thrives across a wide range of environments, from vast savannas to thick, humid rainforests. On Kilimanjaro, the stable climate and plentiful food create an ideal stronghold for this elusive apex predator. Leopards are masters of stealth. They prowl through shadows and undergrowth, stalking with calculated precision before launching a sudden, lethal pounce. Capable of reaching speeds of up to 36 miles per hour and leaping over 20 feet in a single bound, they are formidable hunters. With a swift bite to the throat or nape, they dispatch their prey with ruthless efficiency. One of their most remarkable traits lies not just in their power, but in their agility. After a successful kill, leopards often drag their prey into trees, sometimes hoisting carcasses as high as 20 feet above the ground. There, away from the reach of scavengers like hyenas or African wild dogs, they feed in peace. These high perches also serve as storage for future meals, showcasing the leopard's intelligence and long-term survival strategy. Yet their role goes beyond the hunt. As apex predators, leopards are vital to maintaining the balance of the ecosystem. By regulating herbivore populations, they protect the delicate equilibrium of vegetation. Even the remains of their kills play a role, providing food for scavengers and recycling essential nutrients back into the forest. In the heart of Kilimanjaro's rainforest, the leopard is more than a predator. It is a keeper of balance, a relic of evolution, and a testament to the resilience of life in one of Africa's most extraordinary landscapes. Among the park's most iconic residents is the Southeast African cheetah, one of the planet's most formidable predators. Capable of reaching speeds exceeding 97 kilometers per hour, it holds the undisputed title of the world's fastest land mammal. A living symbol of grace and velocity, the cheetah embodies the delicate balance between power and fragility in the wild. Cheetahs have a deep evolutionary lineage, dating back over 2.5 million years. As one of the most widespread subspecies, the Southeast African cheetah claims the grasslands and savannas of sub-Saharan Africa as its domain. In Zambia, they patrol the open expanses and arid plains of Kafiu National Park, lands rich with prey but rife with danger, where larger predators forever stalk the shadows. The cheetah's body is a masterpiece of design. Its slender frame, elongated limbs, and semi-retractable claws maximize speed and grip. A large chest cavity fuels rapid acceleration with deep, powerful breaths, while its long, muscular tail acts as a counterbalance, guiding the animal through high-speed turns with acrobatic precision. Coated in golden fur flecked with dense black spots, the cheetah blends seamlessly into the tall grasses. Its sleek body, white underbelly, and occasional metallic sheen provide the camouflage it needs to move unseen until it strikes with explosive force. Unlike most of their feline cousins, who prowl under the cover of darkness, cheetahs are creatures of the day. They hunt in the golden hours, early morning and late afternoon, using daylight not just for visibility, but to avoid clashes with larger nocturnal predators. Yet, for all their speed, success is never guaranteed. With a hunting success rate of just 50%, cheetahs often find their quarry slipping away, darting into uneven terrain or executing sharp, evasive turns. The hunt is a test of both velocity and stamina. Using the tall grasses as cover, the cheetah stalks silently until it's within striking range, between 50 and 100 meters. Then, with breathtaking acceleration, it launches into a chase, hitting full speed in under 3 seconds. As it closes in, agility becomes its greatest weapon. The cheetah twists and turns in tandem with its prey, using its tail as a rudder. A swift swipe of its claws, followed by a precise bite to the throat or the nape, ends the pursuit in a swift and silent kill. But the struggle doesn't end there. The exertion of such explosive movement pushes the cheetah's body to its thermal limits. It cannot feed right away. Instead, it collapses beside its catch, panting furiously, needing 5 to 10 minutes to cool its overheated frame. Unlike lions, who rule with brute force, or hyenas who endure with relentless tenacity, the cheetah has only one card to play: speed. It must eat quickly, but even then, it remains vulnerable. With eyes constantly scanning for opportunistic scavengers, the cheetah often consumes less than half of its hard-earned prize, around 40%, before it's forced to abandon the rest. The Luangwa Valley lies engulfed in relentless heat. The sun bears down upon the arid grasslands, scorching the thin veil of dust that hangs in the air. Temperatures soar beyond 37 degrees Celsius, turning the earth into a furnace of silence and strain. Amid this oppressive heat, African lions move with sluggish grace. Their breaths are heavy, eyes scanning the cracked terrain. Hunger gnaws at their bellies, but the impala herds have vanished. Retreating to the few remaining water sources that still shimmer under the brutal sun. Nearby, a black rhino wanders through brittle, leafless shrubs. The once protective crust of mud on its skin has cracked, baked dry with no water left to soothe its armored hide. Footprints in the dust, human boots, tell a deeper story. The black rhino population in Zambia has plummeted, now numbering fewer than 500. A leopard lies in wait on a gnarled tree branch, its eyes sharp and unblinking. Below, the land is thirsty. The waterholes, once lifelines for antelope, have shriveled into shallow pools of mud. Desperate puku paw at the parched ground, digging for the last hidden roots beneath the soil. Climate change is reshaping everything. Rainfall has dropped by 20% over the past 50 years. Rivers like the Luangwa and Zambezi are receding faster than ever before. Drought tightens its grip, driving wildlife into an unending struggle to survive. The strong hunt the weak, but even predators are not immune. In the unrelenting heat of the dry season, hunger becomes a universal truth. Every creature within Zambia's delicate ecosystem is locked in a battle for endurance. Yet beneath the scorched grasslands, Zambia holds secrets, ancient, hidden, and waiting to be discovered by those patient enough to look. Beneath the sparse canopy of the Miamba woodland, where sunlight filters delicately through the boughs of bristling brescia trees, a silent figure glides across the leaf-littered forest floor. Its golden, spotted coat blends effortlessly with the dappled interplay of light and shadow, its presence almost ethereal, nearly invisible. This is the leopard, a master of stealth, a solitary hunter whose silence belies its strength. Across Zambia's vast savannas and wooded thickets, leopards roam elusive territories, preferring dense undergrowth that offers both camouflage and cover for the hunt. Rarely seen and scarcely counted, their numbers remain modest, ranging from just 1 to 3 individuals per 100 square kilometers, depending on the degree of protection in place. But what they lack in numbers, they make up for in mastery. Amid towering miambo trees, the leopard moves with deliberate grace. It is never rushed, never reckless. Every motion is calculated, each step a whisper in the undergrowth. With sinewy muscles, supple limbs, and claws as sharp as blades, it is one of the savanna's most formidable predators. Golden eyes gleam in the fading light, scanning the brush for the slightest flicker of movement. Sensitive whiskers trace the invisible patterns of wind and vibration, sensing the world long before it is seen. "50 meters ahead, an impala strays alone. The leopard lowers itself, hugging the earth like a shadow. It begins its approach, the distance between predator and prey shrinking with every heartbeat. Each time the impala lifts its head, the leopard freezes, melting into the landscape like a ghost of the grass. At just 10 meters, its body tightens, coiled like a bow drawn to its limit. Then, release. In an explosion of muscle and momentum, the leopard lunges forward, reaching speeds of up to 58 kilometers per hour. Its claws find their mark, sinking deep into the impala's throat, followed by a crushing bite, delivering 1,779 newtons of force. The struggle is brief, the silence absolute, but in the wilderness, a kill is only the beginning. Other predators lie in wait, opportunists ready to steal what they have not earned. The leopard, well aware, wastes no time. Summoning incredible strength, it drags the carcass upward, hoisting it into the trees, beyond the reach of lions, hyenas, and wild dogs. With astonishing power, it lifts prey 3 times its own weight to branches more than 5 meters off the ground. There, hidden in the canopy of the miombo, the leopard claims its reward, in peace. The scorching sun beats down on the parched grasslands of Zambia, casting long shadows across a landscape browned by drought. Amid the brittle scrub and low-lying shrubs, A sable antelope moves with practiced silence. Its keen eyes sweep the horizon, ever watchful, ever wary. With a coat ranging from deep chocolate brown to jet black, the sable antelope vanishes into the golden savanna, cloaked in camouflage. But it is not merely its appearance that commands attention, it is its grandeur. This striking herbivore is defined by its sweeping, crescent-shaped horns, which can grow up to an astonishing 165 centimeters in length. In some cultures, these horns are revered, ground into powder believed to enhance vitality, or shaped into ceremonial artifacts and weapons. But here, in the untamed wild, they serve a far more urgent purpose. When danger nears, the sable antelope does not flee. It stands its ground, facing the threat head-on, horns poised like lances, ready to defend. A close relative of the sable, the roan antelope strides steadily across the cracked earth, towering at over 1.5 meters at the shoulder and weighing as much as 320 kilograms. It is a creature built for resilience, an icon of survival in one of Africa's most unforgiving climates. Though predominantly a grazer, the roan antelope is a versatile feeder, turning to shrubs, herbs, and the hardy pods of the acacia tree when grass becomes scarce. As the savanna withers under the sun's relentless glare, herds, typically 6 to 20 strong, are led by a dominant male who defends a territory that can span an astonishing 84,672 square kilometers. But this rule is never uncontested. When two males meet, a contest of strength unfolds. Horns nearly a meter-long clash in fierce, exhausting battles. Though fatalities are rare, the cost in energy is high. As daylight fades and the Miombo woodland slips into darkness, the threats multiply. Despite their powerful frame and bursts of speed reaching 57 kilometers per hour, young roan calves are vulnerable. Within the first 7 weeks of life, as many as 80% may perish, easy targets when forced to journey far from vital water holes. It is near these watering points in the cover of night that the shadows stir. A shrill, unsettling cackle breaks the silence. Hyenas. Their laughter echoes across the plains, a chilling signal that the hunt has begun. In the murky waters of the Zambezi River, where sunlight barely filters through the dense forest canopy, a giant predator lies hidden in absolute silence. No ripples, no movement. Only two green-hued eyes drift lazily above the surface, keenly observing the slightest disturbance along the riverbank. This is the Nile crocodile, Africa's largest crocodilian and the apex predator of the lower Zambezi. Unlike many reptiles, the Nile crocodile doesn't need to hunt every day. Its highly efficient digestive system allows it to survive for weeks without food. It was one of the strongest stomach acids in the animal kingdom, capable of dissolving bones, horns, shells, and hooves. The crocodile digests everything it consumes completely, leaving no trace behind. Spanning across sub-Saharan Africa, the Nile crocodile's range includes some of the most remote and dangerous waters, but Lower Zambezi National Park is one of its strongest strongholds. Here, these silent hunters rely not just on their immense strength, but also on extraordinary patience. A crocodile can remain motionless for hours or even days, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. When unsuspecting prey approaches the water's edge, there is no warning. In an instant, the surface erupts into a violent whirlpool as the crocodile lunges with lightning speed. Its jaws snap shut with razor-sharp teeth, dragging its victim into the raging currents. Resistance is futile. With a bite force of 22,000 newtons, one of the strongest in the animal kingdom, the crocodile's power is unmatched. Submerged beneath the surface of the Zambezi River, the hippopotamus emerges as a massive and fiercely aggressive creature, with a jaw capable of crushing anything in its path. One of the most striking features of the hippopotamus is its enormous mouth, which boasts a bite force nearly 3 times stronger than that of an African lion. Despite its seemingly docile nature, the hippopotamus is considered one of Africa's most dangerous animals, responsible for around 500 human deaths annually. The evolutionary journey of this formidable species reveals a remarkable adaptation to a semi-aquatic lifestyle. The hippopotamus shares an ancient common ancestor with whales, but instead of turning to the ocean, it evolved to thrive in freshwater environments. By day, hippos remain submerged, keeping cool and shielding their sensitive skin from the scorching sun. Their thick hide secretes a special mucus that acts as a natural sunscreen, protecting them from harmful UV rays and infections. Surprisingly athletic for such a bulky animal, hippos leave the water at night to graze. With their short but powerful legs, they can reach speeds of up to 40 kilometers per hour, faster than a human. They can sustain this pace over considerable distances, and when threatened, their sudden bursts of speed and unpredictable aggression make them a formidable threat to any creature that ventures too close. Armed with long, sharp teeth, the hippopotamus is capable of crushing almost anything, from tree trunks and turtle shells to animal bones. Their incisors can grow up to 40 centimeters, while their canines can reach 50 centimeters in length. Despite their deadly arsenal, hippos are primarily herbivores, consuming around 35 kilograms of grass and riverside vegetation each night, playing a crucial role in maintaining the balance of grassland and wetland ecosystems. Underwater, hippos exhibit extraordinary adaptations. When fully submerged, their nostrils and ears automatically close, preventing water from entering. They can hold their breath for up to 5 minutes, instinctively surfacing for air without ever waking. But the hippopotamus's aggressive nature extends beyond its watery domain. When threatened, it does not hesitate to attack. Mature males often engage in fierce battles for territory, using their massive canines to bite and slash with lethal precision. The Lukanda swamp stretches like a vast mirror, reflecting the endless Zambian sky. Situated at the heart of the flooded grasslands and savanna biome, this expansive wetland is not only a rich ecosystem, but also a crucial link in the greater web of the CFU River Basin. Spanning over 2,600 square kilometers, the swamp stands as one of Africa's most significant wetlands, playing a vital role in water regulation and providing a sanctuary for a wealth of endemic plants and animals. In the Bangweulu wetlands, the African spoonbill moves slowly through the shallow waters, its distinctive bill swaying gracefully in search of prey. Whether small fish, mollusks, crustaceans, or insects, any creature that accidentally brushes the inside of its bill is swiftly ensnared in a lightning-fast snap. This remarkable hunting technique allows the spoonbill to maximize the resources of this thriving wetland ecosystem. Standing nearly 1 meter tall, with a wingspan of 1.2 to 1.4 meters, the African spoonbill is about the size of a small child. Its pure white plumage contrasts dramatically with its deep red legs and distinctive spoon-shaped bill, making it a striking presence amidst the vast wetland landscape. Despite its bold appearance, the spoonbill is naturally shy, often keeping its distance from humans. At the slightest hint of danger, it takes flight, its powerful wings carrying it gracefully across the open waters. Above the still waters of the Bangweulu wetlands, the shoebill stands tall, its piercing gaze scanning the depths below. Every subtle movement beneath the surface is noticed by its keen eyes. This is no ordinary wading bird. It is a cold-blooded predator, fiercely guarding its territory from any intruder. The shoebill's diet primarily consists of catfish, eels, snakes, and frogs. For prey that proves too large, it uses its razor-sharp, blade-like bill to crush and subdue it before consuming its catch. The shoebill is not just a formidable hunter, but a bird with remarkable longevity. On average, it can live up to 35 years, far outlasting most other bird species in the region. However, this ancient species now faces significant threats. Current estimates suggest that only 3,300 to 5,300 mature individuals remain in the freshwater swamps of Africa, stretching from South Sudan to Zambia, and their numbers are in steady decline. Sadly, the shoebill's plight is worsened by cultural superstitions, with some African tribes viewing the bird as a symbol of misfortune. This belief has led to persecution and even killing in an effort to ward off bad luck. On top of this, illegal wildlife trafficking exacerbates the problem, as many shoebills die during capture, transport, or captivity. Under the relentless heat of the scorching sun, the cracked earth of the Miombo grasslands is split open, revealing the intense pressure of the dry season. The once steady hum of life fades as water sources shrink and the land begins to crack and crumble. Heat radiates from the parched rocks, signaling the peak of the harsh dry season. The great herds of wildebeest migrate south, leaving behind a barren and perilous landscape. The climate of Zambia is undergoing a dramatic transformation. Over the past 50 years, average temperatures have risen by 1.2 degrees Celsius, bringing with them more frequent and severe droughts. Rivers dry up earlier and grasslands catch fire faster, forcing many species to travel ever greater distances in search of water. But not all species can adapt in time. Since the year 2000, the cheetah population has plummeted by nearly 30%, while leopards face increasing threats from poaching, and the vital freshwater ecosystems that sustain Nile crocodiles are vanishing. Human impact reaches far beyond hunting. Vast forests are cleared for mining and agriculture, pushing wildlife to the brink of survival. As the environment changes faster than species can adapt, Zambia risks losing not only its wildlife, but also the very essence of its wilderness. Every small action can create lasting change. Together, we can preserve the wild for future generations. If you've ever witnessed the majesty of the antelope herds in Kafue National Park, or experienced the bird life paradise of the Bangweulu wetlands, share your experiences in the comments below. Your stories could inspire others to join in the efforts to protect these precious ecosystems.